Acharya Sutta Sadasma Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Namacharya Srila Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaura Bhakti ki jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gaura Thakur Radha Kuni ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 5th chapter, text number 1 through 8, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on September 8th, 1973, in Stockholm, Sweden.
This instruction of Rishabdev is very, very important. Try to understand how this Krishna consciousness movement is a protest to the modern way of civilization. The leaders of the modern society, they want that people should be engaged in working like dogs and hogs and asses. They should not understand what is the value of life, what is the object of life. Let them always remain intoxicated and sense gratification and produce more product for sense enjoyment. This is modern civilization. All these factories, and I understand that in this country the farmers are taxed so heavily that they are forced to work in the factory. This is a policy of the government leaders to engage people. If anyone wants to live peacefully, save time for developing Krishna consciousness, then the leaders of the society or the government will not allow him to do so. This is the position. So, you are all fortunate, or you are so kind that you have joined this movement despite all these obstacles in this country, not in this, all over the world. So, don't be disappointed. Go on preaching this philosophy of Krishna consciousness. There are many innocent people, they do not know what to do. There are for a preacher there must be vigilance. The preacher will see four things. God, a devotee of God, innocent person, and envious, jealous person. So the preacher should deal with these four items differently. So far God is concerned, we shall try to increase our love for God. This is one business. How? That is this Archan Vidhi, to always be cautious to offer foodstuff early to rise, offer Mangalarti, keep the temple very clean, yourself also, without being clean, without becoming Brahmana, Saucham, Sama Dama Saucham. We should always remember, when you come to the temple, don't think that here is a picture of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Radha Krishna. They are not pictures, you should know. Personally they are present. He will realize the personal presence by the quality of your devotional service. If your devotional service quality is not first class, then it will take time to realize that here is personally Krishna or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or the Acharyas are present here. It is a question of realization. The more you strictly follow the regulative principles, chant 16 downs regularly, the more you will realize. Because God, Krishna, is omnipotent. He can accept your service. He can bless you even from the picture. That is God's potential. If you think that this is just like ordinary picture, Jita Samang Prapadante. You know the story of Sakhi Gopal, the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The atheist is thinking that here is a stone statue, and the devotee is thinking that here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is a question of quality of advancement. The story I may recite that two Brahmanas, one young and one old, went to Vrindavan. So the younger Brahman, young man, he served this old man on the way. It is the duty. Still in India, if there is any old man, it is now decreasing. And if there is young man, the young man is always ready to help the old man. So, at Vrindavan, after reaching the young man and the old man felt very much obliged. Why this sound? Felt obliged to the young man, and he said, "My dear boy, you have served me so nicely. Without your help I could not come. So I have got some obligation to you. I want to reward you." Stop that sound. So the young man said, "Sir, why you are thinking like that? It is my duty. You are just like my father. Whatever service possible I have given you. There is no question of rewarding me. Actually, that is not service. If we serve somebody and with expectation of some reward, that is not service, that is business." So the old man said, "No, I feel myself." So he said that my youngest daughter I will give you. So he said, "Sir, don't say like that, because you are a rich man. I am poor man." Because in India still, the father, parents, they arrange for marriage. So they want equal status. If the father of the girl is a rich man, then he must find out a son-in-law who is coming also from rich family. If he is educated, he wants a son-in-law who must be educated. So this young man was neither very much educated, nor at all rich, but this old man was aristocrat, a rich man, educated, complete different. So the young man said that why you are promising like this? You do not know, you are talking before the deity. You should not talk like that, because it will not be possible. Even though you agree, your sons, your wife will not agree. So it will be a failure, and you are talking before the deity, you should be careful. So the old man insisted, no, maybe there are protests, but it is my daughter, I said, who can protest? I promise. So the young man said, now it is up to you, but you are promising before the deity, mind that. So in this way, when they returned home, one day the old man, before his wife and son, said, my dear son, my dear wife, this girl should be offered to that young man. He is same village. What is this? How is it? His daughter can be offered to such poor man, he is not very educated. The old man said, no, it doesn't matter. I have promised. The boy, his eldest son said, no, it cannot be. And the wife said that if you give my daughter to that boy, then I shall commit suicide. He was perplexed. Now what to do? So he was thinking and praying to Krishna, sir, I have promised before you, you kindly help me so that they may not commit suicide, and I may also offer my daughter to that boy. You have to arrange for that. And Krishna has got such contradictory duties. He has to protect the thief as well as the man where theft is done. You see? Because everyone is praying that my things may not be stolen, and the thief is also praying, please give me some opportunity so that I can steal. And Krishna has to satisfy both. So in this way, the young man, he saw that this old man promised before Lord Krishna, Gopalji, and he is now silent. So one day he came, and the son of the old man, he was very politician, atheist class. So when the father said, I have promised, how can I deny? No, when there will be some talk about this, you simply say, hey, I don't remember what I said, that's all. Then I shall manage. I shall manage. So what can be done? Although he did not like to say like that, but he has to see both sides. So one day the young man came, sir, you promised, now you are silent, you do not do anything. What is in your mind? So when he was talking with the old man like that, his son came out, you rascally want to marry my daughter, my sister, are you fit for that? So all ill names. And he brought a stick. Get out, I shall do it, otherwise I shall beat you like that. And then other neighborhood men, what is the trouble? So he said that this young man went with my father to Vrindavan. He took all his money by giving him intoxication. And now he is talking that my father has promised to give my sister to me. Do you think it is possible? So all the neighborhood men said, yes, he is a very rich man, and how this poor man can be? Maybe he has taken his money. So the young man said, no, sir, he has promised before. I am not very much anxious to marry his daughter. But I am simply anxious that he promised before the deity. How is that? He can withdraw the promise. It is a great offense. He is thinking in that. So in the meantime, his son came out All right, if the deity has become witness, if you can bring the deity here and he gives witness, yes, my father promised, then I also promise that my sister will marry me. Because he is atheist, he is thinking that deity is not going to come here. How he can come and from such a long distant place? This is impossible. This crazy man may say that deity has become witness, but it is not possible. So he said, all right, I am going to Vrindavan to bring the witness. So he went there again, and he knows that he is Supreme Personality, Godhead Personality. He does not know he is deity. He is deity, but he is Supreme Personality of God. Sir, your devotee, I know the old man is your devotee, but he is now perplexed on account of his son and wife. So you have to go with me and say, yes, this promise was made before you to become witness. So Gopalji said, how I can go? Do you think a marble deity can go anywhere? So he was devotee, he said, yes, marble deity, if he can speak, he can go also. Then he could not say anything. By logic, Krishna was defeated. Yes. Sir, if you can speak, you can go also. So you have to go. All right. So I'll go with you, but don't see back. I'll go, rest assured. And you'll hear the tinkling sound of my ankle bell. So you'll know that I am coming. Daily you offer me 1 kilo of rice, and on the way I shall go. So when the deity reached almost 1 mile away from the village, the ankle bell, tinkling of the ankle bell was not hard. So he was very much anxious whether he has not come. He saw backside, he saw the deity is there. So he said, sir, now the deity said, now I shall not go. Because I told you, that don't see backside. That you have seen now backside. I am here, of course, but I cannot go any farther. So he informed the village that my Gopalji witness has come. Come here. So all the village people immediately came there and saw the big deity. Gopalji is there. So they could understand that it is not possible to carry this duty from such a long distance. He has brought him, and it was hundreds of, at least 1,000 miles. So they accepted, yes, duty has come, and the marriage was performed. Then a temple was constructed by the king of that country. So again the Maharaj, king of Jagannath Puri, conquered that country, and he was a devotee. He took care of the deity. That deity is still there near Jagannath Puri. He is known as Sakhi Gopal, the witness Gopal. Still, people go and see. So the atheist class man will always think that deity is a dog. And these people, crazy fellows, they are worshipping dog. But not for a devotee. For a devotee, the deity is prepared to talk and offer his blessing. So therefore, we should consider either the picture or the deity not as such. But this is very reasonable, because in the Bhagavad Gita we see Krishna says that Bhumi Rapanalo Vayu Khanvana Buddhiri was. Vindame Prakriti Astratha. It is my energy. It is my energy. The earth, water, air, fire, sky, mind, intelligence, they are my separated energy. So, it is emanation from Krishna. Either you take the earth, water, fire, air, anything, it has come from Krishna. So they are not different. The energy and the energetic are not different, identical. And Krishna being omnipotent, he can do anything by his energy. That is the meaning of omnipotent. Even in ordinary things also, just like a man has got enough money, that money is energy of the man. We can understand. So with that money, he can do so many things. Although the money is in the bank and he is at home, by his order, so many things can be done. He can start a big factory, business, everything, although he is in the home. It is very easy to understand, because the energy is there. Similarly, Krishna may be far away from him, us. Even if Krishna is not far away, Krishna is within our heart. But even if we think that Krishna is living in Goloka Vrindavan, which is unlimitedly far away from here, because this universe you cannot estimate. You can see the border of the universe, the round sky, but nobody can reach there. There is no such means. The scientists calculate it will take 40,000 of years to reach there by the light year. So they are so much proud of material science. They see the sun, the moon, they cannot go there. Cannot go there. There are so many planets we see at night. There are actually planets like this planet. But who can go there? You are so limited. So how you can go to the planet where Krishna lives, Goloka Vrindavan? You cannot go even reach even this material planets. What to speak of the spiritual planets? The spiritual planets means crossing this wall, the sky, 7 layers of wall, earth, water again. And each layer is 10 times bigger than the other layer. This is the construction of the universe. So you have to penetrate through these layers, then you come to the spiritual sky. And the spiritual sky, there are millions of planets, Vaikuntha planets, and the topmost is Goloka Vrindavan. So just imagine how far it is. Krishna's abode. Therefore in the Brahma Samhita it is stated, Panthastu koti satavasya sampragamya vayu rathapi manaso munipungavana. Sapastija prapadasimna avichinta tatte govindamadi purusam tamam. You have got now aeroplanes, that's nice, but you cannot reach even the material planets. So if you want to go to the spiritual planet, then you can make an aeroplane which has speed of the mind, or the speed of the air. Those who are physicists, they know what is the speed of air, what is the speed of light. So, above the speed of mind. Those are physicists, they know how speedy is air and light. The mind is small, still more speedy. You have got experience. Now you are sitting here, immediately, within a second, you can go to America, USA, India, immediately. You can go to your home, you can see things, with mind of course, mind speed. So Brahma Samhita says that even with, you can manufacture one aeroplane which has the speed of the mind, which has the speed of the air, panthastu koti satavasya sampragamo, and with that speed you go on for many millions of years, still you will not find where is Gaurabinda. Still you will not find. Panthastu koti satavasya sampragamya vayurathapi manaso munipungvana. It is not that the previous acharyas and others, they did not know what is aeroplane, what is speed, how to run. Don't think foolishly. As if they are manufacturing. It is nothing, third, not even 4th class, 10th class. There are so nice aeroplanes. Now here is the suggestion that you can manufacture an aeroplane which can run on the speed of mind. Now here is a suggestion, do it. You can manufacture an aeroplane which may run at the speed of the air. They are thinking that at the speed of the light, if we can manufacture one aeroplane, still it will take 40,000 of years to reach the topmost planet. They are thinking if it is possible. But so far, we can see those who are busy with bolts and nuts, how this dull brain can manufacture such things? That is not possible. It requires another brain. The yogis can go. The yogis can go. Just like Durvasamani. He went to Vaikuntha Loka and he saw personally Lord Vishnu in the Vaikuntha Loka for being excused because his dish was after him to kill. He insulted a Vaishnava. That is another story. So in this way, actually human life is meant for that purpose, to understand God and His potencies and to revive our old relationship with Him. That is the main business. But unfortunately, they are being engaged in factories, in other work, to work like hogs and dogs, and their whole energy is being spoiled. Not only spoiled, but their characters, they are working so hard, so after working so hard they must drink, intoxication, then after drinking they must eat meat, after this combination they require sex. So in this way they are kept in the darkness. And here these verses of Rishabdev, he says, warning. He is warning, he is speaking to his sons, but we can take the lesson. Then he says, Nayag deho deho bhajang niloke, kastan kaman arati virujang. Kaman means the necessities of life. You can get your necessities of life very easily by tilling the field. You get grains, and if there is cow, you get milk. That's all. That is sufficient. But the leaders are making plans that if they are satisfied with their farming work, little grains and milk, then who will work in the factory? That's what they are taxing. So that you cannot live even simple life. This is the position. Even if you desire, the modern leaders will not allow you, will force you to work like dogs and hogs and asses. This is the position. But still, we have to refrain from such unnecessary hard labor. It may be that government may take action against me because I am speaking something revolutionary. Yes, but that is the fact. Why we should work? God has made provision for the birds, beasts, animals, ants, and if I am devotee of God, He will not give me food. What I have done wrong. So don't be agitated in that point. You will have all your necessities supplied, but you remain fixed up in your determination in Krishna consciousness. Don't be agitated by this nonsense. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada is speaking from Rishabhadeva and his instructions to his 100 sons about the purpose of human life and how we have to purify our heart and go back to God, and that is the goal of human life. But the whole world is going in another direction, working hard in the factories for making money and enjoying meat and drinking wine and combining that, leading to sex life and gliding down to hell. So in this way Prabhupada is comparing the ideal standard of spiritual life and the other direction of materialistic life. He is comparing both. And then he also goes on to describe the atheistic mentality and the devotee mentality. Actually, whether you are in eastern part of the world or western part of the world, anywhere you go in the world, these two categories of people are there, suras and asuras. How do you know? The asura has no faith in God and suras have faith. It's not a question of whether they are rich or poor or anything. Irrespective of category, all over the world there is only one difference between atheist and, one difference between sura and asura. What is that? Asura is faithless and suras have faith. And in order to establish this point, he took the Sakshi Gopal pastime. And then he also told the Madhyamadikari devotee how he deals with different people. So 4 categories he said. For the Lord he has love, for the devotees he has friendliness, and for the innocent people he preaches to them, propagates the message to them, and those who are atheistic and blasphemous, he keeps away from them. So Prabhupada then wanted to show the difference between a devotee of the Lord and atheistic and envious, jealous. He used the word jealous. Jealous people, how they behave. Then he narrated the pastime of Sakshi Gopal. Although we know this pastime, you will see the way he narrates it. It is so faith-giving and it is so deep, the way he presents it. So he was telling that when you see the picture of the Lord or when you see the deity form of the Lord, don't think of the picture or deity to be ordinary picture or deity. Depending on the quality of your devotion, the Lord will manifest his personality from the picture or the deity form. So in order to illustrate this, he said the Sakshi Gopal pastime. The atheistic people generally tend to think, hey, these people are foolish people. Bhaktas, they are innocent and sentimental, dogmatic, they are worshipping a doll, they think like that. Because what is because quality of devotion, they have no devotion at all. But even if one becomes a devotee, one has to enhance the quality of devotion to be able to appreciate the Lord in appearing through his material energy, he can appear himself. So then in each stage he said many lessons which Sarvakshana Prabhu will ask you all questions which will come. Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So in the beginning, Prabhupada was telling that about what leaders of the modern society they were doing with their citizens, and what is called as the Prabhupada told about what is Actually, both questions are same only. What is modern civilization and what the leaders we are doing with their citizens. He is speaking in where Prabhupada gave class about their countries. Of course.
Modern civilization is they don't know the value of life, they don't know the objective of life, they are not concerned with that, they are only engaged in sense gratification and producing the means for enhancing their sense gratification. The government also does not, government and the leaders, they don't want people to lead simple life, otherwise we will work in factories, so they want them to, so they are taxing them more and more, so that they so that they will not have any time for practicing Krishna consciousness.
Haribo. One more point they told, and the leaders of the modern society, they want that people should be engaged in working like dogs and hogs and asses. So then Prabhupada was telling that to his devotees that why is saying that you are all fortunate, and what assurance Prabhupada was giving, and what Prabhupada was telling to them to do. Why Prabhupada told that all of you are very fortunate. First question.
All of you have taken up this Krishna consciousness, so therefore you are very, very fortunate.
Haribo. Second, what assurance Prabhupada gave and what Prabhupada told to them to do. What Prabhupada told them to do.
Prabhupada told us go on preaching, and then he was telling we engage in services very nicely.
Yes. Haribo. Prabhupada told that don't be disappointed because the people of your and the leaders of your country, they are engaging people in these activities and not allowing them to go live life peacefully. So for them, because you have joined Krishna consciousness, don't be disappointed. Go on preaching this philosophy because you find some innocent people somewhere. Okay. What preacher sees four things?
Preacher sees the God and devotee of God, an innocent person and envious or jealous person.
Haribo. When we come to a temple, what we don't think?
We don't think that this is simply picture. We see Krishna is personally present there. Supreme Personality of God. This is Supreme Personality of Godhead who is personally present.
Haribo. So, how we realize the personal presence? How we realize the personal presence of the Lord?
By strictly following the process given by.
That is one specific what Prabhupada, right? Yes.
Prabhupada said by following regulative principles strictly, by chanting 16 rounds and by serving the deities.
Yeah, that is also.
Prabhupada says we realize them according to the quality of our devotion.
Haribol. Ahead then Prabhupada told that the more you strictly follow regular principle, chant 16 rounds regularly, the more you will realize. What is God's potency? Prabhupada mentioned regarding related to temple, coming to temple. So what is the God potency?
That he can shower his mercy even through his picture, like from the picture itself.
Haribol. What is atheist thinking and what is devotees thinking?
The atheist is thinking this is just simply picture of Krishna. He cannot talk, he cannot do anything. And the devotees are thinking that Krishna is personally present here. He can speak, he can reciprocate, he can talk.
Atheist thinking that he is a stone statue. The devotee is thinking he is a supreme person of Godhead. Haribol. Then come to the story of this Sakshi Gopal. That what young Brahmana told that what is not service.
He said that if we do service in with the expectation of getting something in return, that is not service, it is called business.
Haribol. When the old Brahmana was giving so many promises, why he was very, young Brahmana was very fearful or afraid, we can say that.
You are telling that you are giving these promises in front of deities, and these promises are very difficult. You may fail them. So if you fail our promise in front of deities, then it will be offense.
Haribol. What is the same story? What is the contradictory duty for Krishna?
Contradictory duty is that he was telling that he has to protect the thief also, and he has to also see that the theft doesn't happen. The person who is at home is thinking that nothing should be stolen, and the thief is telling that please help me to steal the things as nicely as possible. So this is he has to satisfy both of them. This is a contradictory thing.
Haribol. Ahead, when out the son of that old Brahmana. So there it is mentioned that what he was is compared with it like an atheist. So what he was thinking regarding the promises when he made this young Brahmana. What was the atheist thinking that time was mentioned?
He was thinking that it is a stone, how it can walk, how it can give witness, how it can, it's not possible.
Haribol. And another thing is that the atheist class of men always thinking that this deity is a doll and cannot speak anything. Obviously. So then regarding this, how the Krishna can the material world manifested? Which verse was spoken by from Bhagavad Gita?
Prabhupada quoted Bhumi Rapo Nala Vayu Khamana Buddhi Revacha Ahankari Yatyamya Binna Prakritirashtha.
Haribo.
Translation. It means that the Lord can manifest through His energies, which are all the material elements in the creation, like earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego.
So what is the meaning of omnipotent, and what example Prabhupada gave?
We are saying that through his energies he can actually get so much work done. So he was giving the example of a businessman. He may be sitting at home, but because he has so much of money, so through that money he can start a new business also. Yeah.
Haribo. According to scientists' calculation, how much time it will take to at least reach across this universe? Yes. Haribol. 40,000 years? Which speed of? 40,000 years of the speed of light. Light. Okay. So, from Brahma Samhita, regarding the speed of the mind, which verse is quoted? Yuvraj.
Prabhupada quoted Brahma Samhita 34th verse, Pantastu Koti Shatavatsara Sampragamyo, Vayoratha Vimanaso Munipungavanan, Sopyastiyat Prapadasim Vichindu Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Haribo. Meaning?
Even if someone prepares an aeroplane which runs with the speed of mind, and he can travel millions and millions and years, but still he cannot reach the supreme planet of Krishna.
Haribo. What is the purpose of human life?
The purpose of human life is to understand who is God and what are His various energies and potencies, and to revive our lost relationship with Him.
Okay. Haribo. Last question. Here, the leaders of their society, they are doing 3 unfortunate things which Prabhupada is mentioning in this lecture. Okay, no. Anyone? Okay. Okay.
Three unfortunate things are they will work hard in the factories, then they will be so tired they will drink wine, liquor, and then after drinking liquor they will eat meat, and then they need illicit sex, then they will engage in it.
Haribo. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. श्रीमद् भागवतम पुराण की जय।